What's goody? Hey man, last night was day one, night one, opening night of the NBA season, and let me tell you, I can't even put into words, I can't even express accurately just how much I miss the NBA. We it's the first night of the NBA season. We have the new broadcast team. We have the NBC. We have the NBA on NBC with Reggie Miller, with Carmelo Anthony showing up in a tracksuit or in a quarter zip like it's me going to my damn English class in high school. You got Vince Carter there. You got all these guys. You got the broadcast team that's phenomenal. You got the intros that's phenomenal. You got the ring ceremony that's phenomenal. I'm a big fan of the scorebug. I'm a big fan of the animations that are added to the scorebug for a three or for a dunk or whatever. First game of the night, you got Shea, who didn't do anything for the entirety of the game, and in the fourth quarter and the double overtime period, absolutely takes over to win his team the game. We get double overtime in the first game, and in that to get to that double overtime, we watch the reigning MVP of the league take over in the clutch to force OT. I'm talking about step back middies, fadeaway middies, getting to the cup, and one, steal. Reed Shepard's out here not passing the ball to KD. Reed Shepard's turning the ball over. The Rockets don't have a point guard, so they can't even get the ball into KD a lot. Man, it was a lot going on in that first game, man. Şengün has one off season with KD, and now he's coming out here looking like Dirk. Chet doesn't miss a shot for the entirety of the first half except for one, and I believe that was at the end of the first half. There was just the Houston Rockets started the night out with the lineup that had an average height of 6'10". They had Amin, KD, Jabari, Şengün, and Steven Adams starting. You can't tell me you didn't miss the NBA, baby. And then we go to the second game, and we got my favorite player in the NBA playing. Steph's chef, look at Curry, man. And he's going against a guy that I think is going to win the MVP, a guy that I predicted to win the MVP. And last night, he put up some MVP numbers. The only problem is his team sucks. But hey, man, last night we got Jimmy Butler putting up 30 shots, putting up 30 points, going 16 of 16 from the line. Steph puts up 23, doesn't miss a free throw either, hits 3 threes. Just a phenomenal night of hoops, man. You got Draymond out there having a good performance, getting a technical on the bench within 7 minutes of the game, doing Draymond type of things. Warriors go out there and give absolute belt to Luka and to skinny Luka and the Lakers. But hey, let me tell you 2 things about the Lakers. Let me tell you 3 things about the Lakers right now. What I said about that offense being completely Luka, Austin Reeves, and LeBron is going to be completely true. The 3-point shooting on this team that I said was going to get better, and I hope it does get better, but last night, they couldn't hit a shot. Their defense is terrible. It's not terrible. The defense isn't great. DeAndre Ayton's not great. They can't rebound the ball super, super well. Now, they rebounded the ball better than the Warriors, but beating a team that doesn't have a true big man by only 1 rebound, when you have DeAndre Ayton as your starter, when you have Jackson Hayes coming off the bench, when you have rebounders, it's just very interesting. Dalton Connect didn't play, by the way, which I also find very interesting. To be real, I was watching this game and I ended up falling asleep during it, but I knew this game was over. I think the Warriors were up about 10 in like the second quarter right before halftime, and then Marcus Smart starts talking trash to Steph Curry, and you see Steph Curry start doing that smile, and Steph Curry's walking over to him and like encouraging the trash talk. He's kind of getting into it with the trash talk a little bit. He's like, oh yeah, really just doing the smiling, get that little babyface assassin thing going. I knew the game was over from that minute, which is why I felt comfortable enough to fall asleep. Man, I really wish I wouldn't have, because missing a Luka 43, 12, 9, damn near triple-double to start the season is just phenomenal, man. We come out to start the season, we got Alperen Şengün playing like Dirk. Jimmy Butler playing like, Jimmy Butler, like prime Jimmy Butler, just getting to the line 1,000 times. Luka Doncic drops a damn near 40-point triple-double. Steph Curry plays. KD plays. Şengün is Dirk Nowitzki. I don't even know if I probably said that 4 times already, but my goodness, I was super, as a guy that came into the season having Şengün in my top 5 centers list, but a guy that adamantly said I'm not the biggest Şengün guy, he absolutely wowed me last night. Like, Şengün was other than Shea in the clutch, Şengün was my favorite player to watch all of last night. Like, because Shea in the clutch just absolutely took over. It was phenomenal. But, yeah. What Şengün was doing was damn near just as impressive. I have a few more things to say, just like not too much analysis into these games. It's game 1 of the season. I'm not trying to do too much of that, but I do just have a few things to say, especially about the Rockets game that I watched a little more that I find interesting. Reed Sheppard. I think a lot of people are turned off about Reed Sheppard's game last night because he just wasn't passing to KD enough, and I think that's one of those things that he's just a young guy. I think he was trying to do a little too much, be a little too selfish. I think he was trying to prove himself a little too much, and I think he just needs to relax, let the game come to him, and just kind of try to get his buckets, try to get his points within the flow of the game. Because when he did that early in the game, he was hitting those threes. He hits a catch and shoot 3 top of the key with nobody on him, banks it in. He hits his first 3 of the game, I believe. Like he was doing okay early. It's just he started taking too many shots. He started kind of, not that they were even terrible shots. It's just like when you have KD, when you have Şengün on the court with you, when you have Amin Thompson even on the court with you, it's kind of like you don't have to take the first shot that's available to you if you're Reed Shepherd. Just kind of maybe back it out, chill out a little bit, let the offense get set. Even if you don't get a better shot than that, when you have Kevin Durant, just put him in the post, let him shoot over you. Whether it goes in or not, you trust the shot 9 times out of 10. So there were just times that I felt Reed Shepherd was maybe a little too aggressive, maybe a little too eager, but I think that's a good thing because if those shots fall, now you're looking at those are good shots that he's taking for the most part. Like I'm looking at wide open mid-range pull-ups. Sure, he misses it. Sure, he could have passed to KD earlier, but it led to an open shot. He just missed it. I wasn't super turned off by Reed Shepherd game. I think if he makes 2 or 3 more of those shots, you're looking at Reed Shepherd and you're like, oh, he was their 3rd best player tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of the shots falling or not. However, he does need to force feed that ball to KD some more. Like, give him the ball. There should never be. I felt like KD had the ball, especially in crunch time. I felt like KD didn't touch the ball at all. I felt like he wasn't even trying to touch the ball too much. I felt like they just couldn't get it to him in crunch time. Granted, Şengün was hooping, but it's like Amen Thompson's fouled out. Kevin Durant didn't foul out until there was like 2 minutes left in the last OT. Like, you got to get him the ball or something like that. There's no way that through the 4th quarter and the 2 OTs, he took, 2 shots? And I think he made both of them, but he took 2 shots. That's it. No way. This is a guy that people had winning clutch player of the year. There's no way that should be happening. And then another thing I had to say about that game, 2 more things. One, Cason Wallace might be my favorite player on the Oklahoma City Thunder. He might be. I think his value coming off that bench, and I wrote about this game. If you were to just look up my name, you'll see I wrote a story about this game. I predicted, I knew J-Dub was going to be out, so I thought Cason Wallace was probably going to be the starter because whenever they're missing a starter, no matter who it is, it's usually him that comes in and fills that role, fills that void, and he did. And I just feel like when OKC's offense was stagnant in that 3rd quarter, and it looked like Houston was about to run away with it coming out of halftime, it wasn't Shea. It wasn't really even Chet. It wasn't iHeart. It wasn't Lou Dort. It wasn't any of these guys that started hooping for OKC to get them back into the game. It was Cason Wallace, and he was doing it in an unconventional way. He was doing it in his own way. He was doing it by playing defense, forcing turnovers, and turning those defensive plays, turning his strongest ability, which is being a defensive playmaker, into offense. And even though they weren't scoring from it consistently in the transition because Houston has guys like Amen Thompson getting back, it was leading to transition buckets. When you're playing against a team to a lesser caliber than Houston, you're going to see those be dunks every single time. And you're going to be looking at that defense with Cason Wallace. You're going to be like, damn, he had 4 steals and just 12 points, just off straight dunk, 6 for 6 from the field. That's what it's going to start to look like for Cason Wallace. I think he is a very, very, very important piece of this team. And let me tell you, with all the talk about at some point we all know OKC's going to have to trade somebody because they're an expensive team, blah, 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 blah. We know they're not going to be able to keep all these young guys. We know eventually once these guys are due for rookie extension and everything like that, they're going to have to get traded. A lot of these guys are. Cason Wallace is not a guy that I want to see the Oklahoma City Thunder let go. Let go of Aaron Wiggins, let go of Isaiah Joe, let go of Ousmane Dieng, even though I haven't really seen him play. Let go of Nikola Topic, even though I haven't seen him play. Do not get rid of Cason Wallace. Cason Wallace is one of my favorite players in the NBA right now. Please don't get rid of him. I'm so serious. I'm not an Oklahoma City Thunder fan at all. But when I was watching that game last night, that man was jumping off the screen for me. And I started to notice it last year. But it's just like now that I'm maturing to the point where I'm not really an OKC hater anymore, blah, 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 stuff like that. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, damn, dude. I'm not only appreciating Shea's game for what it is as a guy that y'all know loves the midi, loves those type of game because y'all see Kobe's my favorite player of all time. Y'all see I love that type of game. I'm then watching Cason Wallace as a guy that loves defense, as a guy that thinks defense is one of the most underrated and important aspects of the game. One thing that I'll always do is build a team around defense and shooting. Always. That's one thing that you'll see me on 2K or whatever. So in real life, I'm the same way. I like players that play defense. I like players that shoot. I like players that are just like energizer players, stuff like that. Like I have molds of players that I like, and I have molds of players that I don't like. Cason Wallace does not fit my mold of being a three-point shooter, but man, that defense. I love players that are so good on defense that I'm watching them instead of watching the offensive player. Those are some of my most fun guys to watch in the NBA. Anyways, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. The NBA is back, man. Thank you for watching as always. I hope y'all loved opening night, loved the NBA on NBC broadcasting crew. I think they are absolutely the whole team, the whole presentation of last night is absolutely, if it's consistent, is absolutely going to make broadcasts like ESPN, networks like ESPN, ABC, everything like that, step up their game because I was extremely impressed. And granted, it was the night one, so maybe it was just part of that something being a new thing, part of a nostalgia factor, being so excited that NBA on NBC was back. But, man, I was a big fan of it. Anyways, let me know what y'all thought about everything last night, man. Great night of games. I literally couldn't have asked for a better opening night other than LeBron being healthy. I couldn't have asked for a better opening night. Peace out, man. Keep God first as always, all right?